Hi, meteorologist Tony Petrarca, along with meteorologist Pete Mangione. Kind of a wild weekend coming up.
Yeah, Tony.
We're gonna change seasons over here.
Yeah, we are. I've been tracking, some of these potential records that we could be breaking. There are 4 of them. Couple to discuss right now. The Saturday high temperature record, which is
61?
61, and then
1975?
1975.
So that's 40 years ago.
That's a year before I was born. How about you?
I don't want to talk about my age, but I mean it's pretty incredible warmth for this time of year. And what about Sunday's record?
And then Sunday's record is 62, set from in 2001. So either of these, have a reasonable chance of being broken. I think the one issue for Saturday where you could make it a close call, you might have those breezes kind of from the south-southwest coming in over Narragansett Bay, so that could make it kind of a close call. You get it enough from the south that has sort of a cooling effect. Either way, though, it's a mild day.
And probably the coastline being near the ocean, that wind off the water probably not as warm.
Oh, exactly. Yeah, no doubt.
And the wind is going to be a factor as well.
Yes, it will.
And you're writing up a blog that'll go to our website shortly.
Super nerdy weather blog. Check it out.
All right.
I'm going to leave now.
You're not a nerd. All right. WPRI.com. We were talking about mild temps. You can look at the highs today so far, upper 40s to low 50s. Compare that to yesterday when it was only in the upper 20s to low 30s. So this is the kind of the beginning stages of this warm up. Take a look at the satellite and radar composite. Now we do have precipitation to our north and west, and it should stay in upstate New York and northern New England. Now I wouldn't rule out a couple of sprinkles this afternoon and evening. We're taping this as of 4 o'clock in the afternoon. So you're heading out on your Friday night, a few sprinkles, but otherwise not much in the way of rain. It will be very humid. You'll probably notice the humidity on the increase already. And this system across the Central Plains making national news with an outbreak of severe weather. I'll show you that in just a second. A lot of this precipitation that we're looking at stretching up into the Great Lakes and upstate New York, for the time being, the thrust of it will stay to our north. So I don't see much in the way, other than an isolated shower, much in the way of steady rain tonight through really all of Saturday day and Saturday evening. We're thinking the best chance for showers, even some thunderstorms and downpours, is late Saturday night into early on Sunday morning, and then clearing out and drying out on Sunday afternoon. Now, one way to get a lot of wind and a hefty storm system is the clash of seasons. And you can clearly see, these are the current temperatures right now, the clash of 2 seasons, winter and spring across the Central Plains. You see that huge, what we call temperature gradient. And it's along and just to the right of that gradient in the milder air, pretty significant outbreak of severe weather is likely. In fact, it's this area highlighted in yellow, brown, and red. The risk of severe thunderstorms and tornadoes. So unfortunately, this system probably making national news. Now, we're not getting severe weather. However, the one thing that we are somewhat concerned about here locally will be the wind gusts. It's going to be pretty strong wind both Saturday and Sunday. And Pete and I were talking about this, and we think more than likely there probably will be, at least a wind advisory being issued over the weekend. Nothing's come out of the Weather Service yet, but we do imagine that will change shortly. I mean, we're talking gusts both Saturday and Sunday, 40, 50, maybe even 60 miles per hour. And Pete and I were thinking, we think the strongest gusts probably Saturday night into early on Sunday morning. So it's too bad. It's a spring-like day coming up on Saturday, but it's going to be very, very windy. So let's walk you through this, starting off this evening and overnight. Look how warm the temperatures are for a January night. Under mostly cloudy skies, temperatures will be well into the 40s. We're around 50 by 7 o'clock Saturday morning. And we're going to make a run at 60 by mid to late afternoon. A lot of clouds. I think any sunshine would be limited. Really not much in the way of rain other than an isolated shower. 5 o'clock in the evening, well, the sun's already down, and it's like 60 degrees in Providence. Very windy. And then your Saturday night, unseasonably warm. I mean, even the nighttime temperature is unusually warm. This is Saturday night at 11 o'clock. Look, this is incredible. 60 degrees. A couple of showers, very high humidity, very, very windy. And the one thing we're going to watch also, the humidity is going to be exceptionally high next couple of days. So when you take very high humidity and you pass it over a cool surface like the ocean, you get fog. So look at the visibility. Watch what happens later on this evening and during the overnight. This is midnight. And notice along the coastline some locally dense fog that'll spread inland overnight. So this is 8 o'clock Saturday morning. So starting off with some fog. And then notice throughout the day, the visibility improves. The fog lifts throughout most inland areas, but right along the immediate coastline, you see that darker area of gray, and we think, on Saturday afternoon, inland areas, fog is not a problem, but right along the immediate coastline and the islands, the fog may be somewhat thick. And then Saturday evening, you can see along the coastline that area of gray indicating some fog, westerly Newport, Lower Pond and Narragansett Bay, New Bedford, Cape Cod, and the islands. So we'll watch for that. In the meantime, for the evening, very mild, upper 40s, mainly cloudy, eventually some coastal fog. Temperatures rising rather than falling. Gusts later tonight, maybe 40, 45 miles per hour. And very windy on Saturday, both morning and afternoon. Windy, mild, temperatures Saturday morning starting off in the 50s, some coastal fog. And then during the afternoon, more clouds than sun. If you get a break of sun, it would be just that, just a break of sun. I wouldn't rule out an isolated shower. I just think a better part of the day is rain-free. Now, sustained winds, southwest 20-25, but more than likely getting gusts up to about 50 miles per hour. Some of our computer guidance that Pete and I were looking at was actually hinting at wind gusts Saturday night, Sunday morning, 50 to 60 miles per hour. So we think wind's going to be a pretty big issue. So rather active over the next couple of days. We're wrapping it up. Unseasonably warm weather on the way, feeling more like spring next couple of days. Best chance for showers and even some thunderstorms. Pete, you're on the morning shift on Sunday?
Yes, I am. I'll be here.
So when Pete's on Sunday morning early, then there may be some heavy thunderstorms at that time. So the best chance for steady showers and thunder later Saturday night, Sunday morning. Both days this weekend, very warm for this time of year, and both days very windy to the point where we feel as though the National Weather Service at some point may be issuing either a high wind advisory or the next level being a high wind warning. We shall see. All right, that's your latest Weather Now update. Thanks for logging in. We'll talk to you soon.